Hey everybody, Tim and Julie here for the new Batman Adventures, what I like to refer to as Season 3 of Batman the Animated Series, but technically it is a new series, debuted 1997, but it's all the same cast with a little bit of tweaks in there. Most notably, the tweaks are in like the design of the characters. Everything's a lot darker. So, but we're going to do the same way we did the first part, where it's 4 episodes of video. So, episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4. Start from the top, work our way down. Episode 1, Holiday Nights, where it's actually kind of broken up into 2 parts. The first part is Harley and Ivy, and it's actually 3 parts. The first part is Harley and Ivy. The second part is Clayface with a Bullock being Santa. Love that one. And then the third part is where we really introduce some new characters, where it's the Joker and we meet Tim as the new Robin and Commissioner Gordon, etc. So a lot in just the first episode. So what did you think of Holiday Nights?
It was nice. You can see Harley didn't change that much. But yeah, Ivy.
She went from being like a human to people describe her more as mutant, like where she is more plant in this series.
Yeah, it was good.
And then part 2 of Clayface with the whole Santa thing.
That was a little weird. When he turned into like what? 5, the 4 boys. Was it 4 boys?
Oh yeah, where they were all secretly Clayface.
Yeah.
Yep.
That they were robbing the department stores.
Like the clerks and yep.
And that,
And the final part of this single episode, we're still just on the first episode, where we see the Joker, we see the new Robin, which is Tim Drake, the new appearance of Commissioner Gordon, and then Dick Grayson makes it. Nope, Dick's in the next episode. Just kidding. So we see Tim Drake and the Joker in this one.
Joker was a lot different.
Agreed.
Tim was okay. I liked him. He was good.
Everybody likes Tim.
Yeah, I liked him.
Okay. For me, the Commissioner, he looks a lot thinner. He's significantly thinner, and he just looks older. Maybe because he's thinner, but okay. So that's the first episode. Like I said, a lot of changes, and as we keep going, we'll see more and more changes. Episode 2, Sins of the Father, which is the origin story of Tim, how Tim became Robin. Now, the comic book version of Tim Drake is slightly different. This is a little bit of a combination of Tim and the personality of Jason Todd, where he's a little apprehensive. He's a little aggressive. But, I mean, it works. This episode, we also see Two-Face. Let's see. Alfred has the line of how every time Batman is like, no, you sit this one out, I'll do this, used to make Dick angry, which it did. And then finally at the very end of this episode is where Dick Grayson actually appears. Right. Not in costume, just Dick Grayson shows up. So what did you think of this as kind of an origin story of Tim?
I don't remember any of it.
Okay. Nothing?
I don't remember any of it.
Okay. For me, it happens. Two-Face kind of stayed the same.
Yeah,
he didn't really change.
Really change a lot, yeah.
It's more of just the origin story of Tim. Okay. The next one, Cold Comfort, The Return of Mr. Freeze, which, I mean, we just watched Sub-Zero.
Right.
And to go from Sub-Zero to this, that was a change. He is no longer a body. He's just a head.
He's like a giant tarantula.
Which I remember in the mid to late 90s when this came out, like there was actually an action figure of Mr. Freeze, but it was just the head with like you said, like tarantula like arms. So I was like, oh, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So we I don't know.
It was weird.
This one was
really
different.
Yeah.
What makes me sad for this one is Mr. Freeze went through so much where he's like, I don't really want to hurt anybody. I just want to cure my wife.
Right.
And then after he does, his wife leaves him. That's what gets me, is like his wife like leaves him for a different doctor. And that's where he's like, fuck it. And like that's now he's a villain. So
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, and then the final episode for this little group is Double Talk, which is not the 4th episode that was broadcast, but we're doing it in production order, so it works. Where we see ventriloquist and Dummy, and poor Dummy just gets manipulated so much by a bunch of little people, coincidentally, and Scarface makes his return.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Again, Dummy and Scarface I feel like don't change too much.
No, they didn't. But Dummy he's the one.
Dummy's the ventriloquist.
Yeah, he was rehabilitated and got into his place by himself, and then all of a sudden he started hearing the voices again, and and seeing Dummy, and it hadn't changed much, but by the end of it, with Batman's help, he got rid of, but he killed the Dummy.
Scarface,
and shot him all up and went back to the Bruce Wayne rehabilitation home or whatever. And he seemed a lot happier again. Nothing really changed that one.
So this series is relatively short compared to some of the other series we've done already. We do still have a little bit, but as far as the first part, what are you thinking so far? Compared to the differences, compared to the things that are staying the same?
It's okay.
Okay.
You know, as the years go by, things change. They're not, like he as a kid would have remembered how it was back then. But things move on.
Okay. Any other closing thoughts for part 1?
No, it was good. I mean, it was good seeing a lot of the older characters in their new forms.
Okay. So for those who have seen it, what'd you think? Like I said, I think of this as season 3. Some people think of it as the new series, but season 1. So lots of stuff to discuss, to talk about. So curious what everybody thinks about it, for seeing Harley and Ivy, for seeing Clayface, for seeing the Joker, Tim Drake, Two-Face, Mr. Freeze, Scarface and Dummy, a lot of stuff. I mean, we only did 4 episodes. A lot goes down. So curious what everybody thinks about this. Go ahead, let us know so we can talk about it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and we'll see you guys next time for part 2.